Breadcrumbs are a form of navigational elements and are usually displayed between the header and the main content. Breadcrumbs provide a sense of location for users. For example, a breadcrumb on a website selling home improvement products might read Home, Appliances, Cooking. In a breadcrumb structure, Home, Appliances, and Cooking are called elements, and greater than sign is called separator. Breadcrumbs are frequently neglected as an SEO factor, but here are a few good reasons for you to pay more attention to them. Breadcrumb links are very important navigational elements that communicate the location of a page in the website hierarchy to users and helps them easily navigate around the website. Breadcrumbs are one of the best ways to create silos by allowing search engine bots to crawl vertically upwards in the taxonomy. Breadcrumb navigation makes it easier for search engines to analyze and understand your site architecture. Breadcrumbs are one of the safest places to use exact anchor text keywords. In spite of great usability and SEO benefits, many e-commerce websites fail to implement breadcrumbs correctly for users and search engines. Take a look at this screenshot. Which page do you think this is? Is it the edition page? Or maybe the gifts page? Or perhaps designer sale? Or is it the shop by designer page? Actually, none of these. It's the shoes and handbags category listing page. Did you find the label yet? It's the drop-down in the left navigation. Using a breadcrumb on this website would make it easier for users to understand where they are in the hierarchy. If usability alone has not yet convinced you to pay more attention to breadcrumbs, then maybe it's time to remind you that properly implemented breadcrumbs show directly in Bing and Google search results. In this screenshot, you can see how Best Buy, Newegg, and Dell websites have a breadcrumb structure in the results snippet, but Walmart doesn't have any. Perhaps their HTML code for breadcrumbs is not properly marked up. On the subject of featuring breadcrumb-rich snippets in SERPs, a Google patent discusses the taxonomy of the website, internal linking, primary and secondary navigation, and structured URLs, among other things they consider when deciding to display breadcrumbs in SERPs. To increase the chances of breadcrumbs showing up in search engine results pages, implement them consistently across the website, and follow Google's official guidelines by using the breadcrumbs structured markup with microdata or RDFA. In the past, breadcrumb-rich search result listings allowed users to click not only on the underlined blue SERP title, but the breadcrumbs in the listings as well. However, Google decided not to hyperlink these links in the breadcrumbs. I believe that people clicked on the intermediary category links and landed on pages that didn't match their intent, so Google decided to retire it. If a product belongs to multiple categories, it's okay to list multiple breadcrumbs on the same page, as long as the product is not categorized in too many different categories. However, the first breadcrumb on the page has to be the canonical path to that product, because Google picks the first breadcrumb it finds on the page. Some websites implement breadcrumbs only at a certain depth in the website hierarchy, but that is not optimal for users and search engines. When users are on the top category page for furniture, there are no breadcrumbs. When they navigate to a furniture subcategory, for example bedroom furniture, the breadcrumbs start being displayed. All subcategories under bedroom furniture will have breadcrumbs. Depth-triggered breadcrumbs may work fine for users who start navigating from the home page, but nowadays every page on your website could serve as an entry point for users and search engines. That's why it's important to feature breadcrumbs from the first level of the website taxonomy. Additionally, featuring breadcrumbs only on some pages and not on others may confuse users. It's okay to repeat the category name in the breadcrumb and the heading. However, the last element in the breadcrumb should not be linked. This is because that element will contain a self-referencing link, which is very confusing to users. Depending on how they are implemented, there are three types of breadcrumbs: path-based, location-based, and attribute-based. Path-based breadcrumbs. This breadcrumb shows the path users have taken within the website to get to the current page. It acts as the "this is how you got here" clue for users. The breadcrumbs will dynamically update to reflect the user's historical navigation path. Page view history is achieved with either URL tagging or session-based cookies. It's not a good idea to implement this type of breadcrumb anywhere except internal site search result pages. Users landing from search engines can reach deep sections inside the website without ever needing to navigate through the website. In this case, a path-based breadcrumb becomes meaningless for users. The same applies to search engine bots, which can reach deep pages on your website from external referral sources. Location-based breadcrumbs. This is the most popular type of breadcrumb, and it indicates the position of the current page within the website hierarchy. It's the "you are here" clue for users. This type of breadcrumb keeps users on a fixed navigation path based on the website's taxonomy, no matter which previous pages they saw during navigation. This is the type of breadcrumb recommended by taxonomists and usability experts. On top-level category pages, the breadcrumb will be just one link to the home page, while the category name will be plain text, not hyperlinked. The first element in the breadcrumb should always be a link to your homepage, but it doesn't necessarily have to use the anchor text homepage or home. You can use the company name instead, or use a small house icon with your company name in the alt text. There are instances when using a keyword in the anchor text instead of homepage anchor text may make sense, for example when your business name is the furniture store. But even then, use it with caution. The subsequent levels in the breadcrumbs are the category and subcategory names used in your taxonomy. Again, do not make the current page a link because it will confuse users. Attribute-based breadcrumbs. Attribute-based breadcrumbs, as the name suggests, use product attributes or filter values, such as style, color, or brand, to create navigation that is presented in a breadcrumb-like fashion. This type of breadcrumbs is the "this is how you filtered our items" clue for users. If you were to click on bed and bath and then on the comforter sets, you will see the breadcrumbs listed at the top. In this example, the elements of the breadcrumbs are not links. The X sign is a link though. Technically speaking, these are not breadcrumbs but rather filter values. However, this implementation mimics the traditional breadcrumbs usage, and the users will expect the filters to be clickable, just as they expect the breadcrumbs to be displayed horizontally and not vertically. I don't usually recommend replacing categories with filters for the top-level categories and the first subcategory levels. The choice between a category and a filter comes down to when it does not make sense to create separate categories for specific product attributes. For example, having separate categories for shoe sizes does not make sense. The size is rather a product attribute that will translate into a left navigation filter. You need to clearly separate each element in the breadcrumb trail by using separators. The most common separator between elements is the greater than sign, while other good options may include right-pointing double-angle quotation marks, slashes, or arrows. Remember to mark them with correct HTML entities.